This is The Real Deal with Tricia Riel. That's me, Trish the Dish. Welcome to the beginning of February 2021. If this is your first time watching, some of the characters from my Zephram Gates books will be helping with this report as well. Before entering into February of 2021, we have an epic full moon in Leo on January 28th. The full moon will be followed by an auspicious Sun conjunct Jupiter in Aquarius on January 29th. Mercury will be going retrograde in Aquarius from January 30th to February 20th, which may inspire a mental need for an intentional slowdown so we can better recover from last year. No wonder I was feeling strange in 2020. I mean, look at this mess. So true, Beatrice. So the full moon on January 28th will be especially dynamic and has quite the wow factor, as it shines a light onto the many planets beginning to congregate in futuristic Aquarius. Do you know what kind of dinosaur is best at seeing the future? A pterodactyl. This full moon in Leo is exactly opposite the expansive Jupiter-Sun conjunction in Aquarius, and will be making a strong square aspect to the Uranus-Mars conjunction in Taurus. The whole dynamic configuration in these reliable fixed signs is called a T-square and calls for a transformational reset. Being that these energies are in fixed signs, the things that we establish and vision for ourselves will more likely stick in some core ways. So choose to embark on a future you'd actually like to grow into. You know, it's hard to predict the future, especially before it happens. So true, Tree. On January 28th, we also have an exact conjunction between Venus and Pluto in Capricorn. We are called to continue to transform the structures of our lives, to call in what we love, and to overcome fears. This Venus-Pluto conjunction will perfect again at the end of 2021, so we're getting a preview of those vibes now. The Leo full moon calls us back to our hearts. The energy can give us strength, courage, and confidence. We want to be respected and share our talents and gifts.
My girlfriend, Great Aunt Gussie, told me that if I gave her one more useless gift, she'd burn it. So I gave her a candle.
The Sun and Jupiter come together once a year, but the last time they were exactly conjunct in Aquarius was 12 years ago, late January of 2009, then 1997, etc. That's the cycle. These energies together bring a bigger sense of Aquarian ideals to the table and highlight concerns of the collective and our own personal impact on the larger world.
Hey, I wonder how the youth of the future will mock the COVID-19 generation.
Okay, Zoomer. Good one, Gussie. Mars entered Taurus on January 6th and started to make a conjunction to unpredictable Uranus and Taurus, which built up and perfected on January 20th, the day of the U.S. inauguration. This aspect is about discovering our real values in potentially unpredictable ways, through watching an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, or in my case, through enduring a pirate goblin takeover by damaging roofers at my house. This dynamic energy really kicked off 2021 in some highly charged ways. I've been having a lot of feelings and nerves lately. Are there any planets I can blame for that? Well, revolutionary Uranus in Taurus will be squaring structured Saturn in Aquarius throughout most of 2021, perfecting 3 different times throughout the year: in mid-February, in mid-June, and at the end of December. This is an energy of rebellion, revolution, reinvention, and reimagining.
I'm Geezer Fraggle, and I started a revolution once. But I got dizzy, so I stopped.
This year, we'll watch changes play out in the realms of technology, reimagined politics, and through the reinvention of our personal lives. These energies are dynamic. They're not necessarily easy, but also not as dense to endure as the vibes of 2020. It's the end of an era. Yes. Venus enters Aquarius on February 2nd, which is just one day before my birthday, bringing in more Aquarian energy and more focus on fresh ideas. This gives 5 planetary energies traveling through Aquarius through a big chunk of February.
Look, I love Aquarians and February. But listen, Valentine's Day is a scam invented by Scorpios, so people would have sex and make more Scorpios.
Whatever you say, your cousin Vinny. So, when we get our new moon in Aquarius on February 11th, we'll have 6 planetary energies in Aquarius. This giant pileup of Aquarian energies is called a stellium. The last time we had that many Aquarian vibes all at once was in 1962. So this is very exciting. New visionary kids will be born, and new technologies will help bring revolutionary solutions to some of our world's problems.
Do you know how to start a revolution with change? Just pick a coin and give it a spin.
Oh, Malvin. So, the February 11th new moon is arguably the most important new moon of 2021, partly because the energy will extend into early 2023, as planets traveling through Aquarius will hit the same degree point in significant ways from February 11th until then. These are fast-moving energies, especially compared to the vibes of 2020. We are quantum leaping and discovering multiple ways of being supported. Our nervous systems are being super activated, so find ways to integrate calm by getting into nature and staying open to your true authenticity. Did you know there's a quarantine dating app? Yeah, but it has a waiting list to join. Anyway, because Saturn is the slowest of the planets now traveling through Aquarius, it will follow all the rest as they travel through. The structured energy of Saturn will give legs and strength to our visions, and a reality check as we see what can actually be built going forward. True revolution is spiritual in nature and not always easy to see in the physical at first. It's true. Do you know how scared the French royalty was during the French Revolution? Very. They totally lost their heads. Although the actual age of Aquarius isn't technically happening for around another 350 years, we are entering into quite the Aquarian decade in February of 2021. I say this because of the many planets that will be going through Aquarius now and in our near future, but also because Pluto will be moving into Aquarius at the end of 2024. Do you know what you call a psychic who is bad at predicting the future? A non-prophet. Anyway, the reason why it's not the age of Aquarius yet is easy to explain. See, an age lasts 2,150 years, as it takes that long for the sun's ecliptic, the path it travels on, to move backwards through a sign. The sun's ecliptic shifts 1 degree every 72 years. Right now, the sun's ecliptic is at 5 degrees Pisces. If you multiply 5 by 72 years, you can see that we've got about another 360 years before the actual age of Aquarius begins. But we are at the dawning. And like how you can feel the vibes of a full moon before the moon is actually full, you can begin to feel the birth of the new age as we get closer to it. We are the creators ushering it in.
I guess that's a good constellation prize.
Okay. As we enter into this Aquarian decade, there's a rapid acceleration of liberation from old linear top-down paradigms. We are moving forward into a more diverse world, opening up our perspectives on new ways of doing things and on many dimensions. We will explore new methods of communicating through frequency, technology, and utilizing greater intuition while also cultivating new visions.
If I was a peripheral visionary, I could see the future, but only way off to the side.
Oh no, it's getting worse. Anyway, Pluto will still be traveling through Capricorn until the end of 2024. So we'll still watch the world go through natural growing pains as one era ends and another struggles to be born.
You know, if I had a time machine, I wouldn't drive it much. I'd only drive it from time to time.
We still have some real work to do, but we are truly beginning to move beyond the density of the 2020 vibes.
Do you know why workers in the Industrial Revolution had a better sense of smell? It's because of all that time they spent in the old factory.
Anyway, this February is a time to dream of the future you want to see. What is calling to you? Where are you going? What are you creating? New pathways can be envisioned and created now. Honor who you are, embrace the unusual and original, and follow your own independent path. We have the freedom of choice and can choose our own destiny and make the world a better place at the same time. Do your best and surrender the rest.
Okay, here we go.
If you enjoyed this report, or if you're interested in scheduling a reading with me, ordering an astro poem, or learning more about the Zephram Gates series, you can communicate with me here or buy my books on Amazon or through the Zephram Gates website. Please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also donate to my Patreon page at patreon.com/Tricia Riel. Links provided below. I'm Trish the Dish, and this has been The Real Deal with Tricia Riel.